Sri Sairam, offering our collective pranams at the lotus feet of our Lord, Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. I extend a very warm welcome and Sairam to you all. Today, on the eve of the joyous and most auspicious festival of Holi, I, Shraddha Nair, from the state of Karnataka, usher in the very eagerly awaited second episode of Satsangatve Nisangatvam. Dear sisters and brothers, it is surely the grace of our Swami that he has sent his very dear devotee to address us all today. The speaker for today, Sri Nagesh Dhakappa, is someone who has been molded into a soldier of love and service by Bhagawan himself and has dedicated his life to living up to Bhagawan's words and expectations. Sir Dhakappa was only 18 years old when he was brought under the divine wings of Bhagawan in 1968. In 1978, he joined the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Dal and then went on to serve the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations in various capacities. In 1988, he was appointed by Bhagawan as the state president of Karnataka, making him the youngest state president ever at the young age of 38. He was appointed a member of the National Council in the year 2019. In 2020, after a very devoted 33-year-long stint, he relinquished his duties of the state president. Since April 2022, he has been serving as member executive committee of the reconstituted Sri Sathya Sai Global Council. Having received such blessed opportunities and divine guidance, Sri Dhakappa has left no stone unturned to make his life Swami's message. Dear sisters and brothers, I urge you all to hop onto this journey of Satsangatve Nisangatvam with Sri Dhakappa Sir as we take the next step in the path of I to we to he, as we contemplate and attempt to rise to the expectations of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba through love and service. We welcome you, sir. Over to you now.
Om Shri Sairam. Mangalam Gurudevaya, Mangalam Jnanadayine, Mangalam Parthivasaya, Mangalam Satyasayine. I offer my most humble and reverential pranams at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved Swami. Most beloved Swami, our All India President Sri Nimish Pandya, convener of Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program, Brother Sri Gopi Pidatala, members of the organizing committee and all the participants. Loving Sairam to all of you. I thank all of you for giving me this opportunity today evening to speak to you about some of my experiences and how we have to conduct ourselves as a true instrument of Bhagavan. I remember when SSS NLP program was started in 2020, I was still the state president of Karnataka. So I had the privilege of selecting many youths from Karnataka for the first ever program. I am very happy that SSS NLP has grown from year to year, and we have been watching from close quarters, and with the great efforts of Sri Gopi and all the organizing committee members, with the support of the All India President Sri Nimish Pandya, now it has grown to such a level that there are more than 500 to 600 youths from all parts of India undertaking this SSNLLP training program. I was requested to speak in between in Hindi also, but my Hindi is not very fluent, but I will definitely try to share some of my thoughts in Hindi also. Please bear with me if there have been any grammatical mistakes in speaking while speaking in Hindi. I would like to mention that each one of you who have taken this program, SSSNLP, you are the chosen ones of Bhagavan. Please do not think that you have just joined this program and you are undertaking this program. For everything we do, Swami selects us, Swami chooses us, Swami guides us, Swami takes us forward. This he did right from his early Avtaric mission when it started in 1940. We have seen there were only very few devotees in 1940s, 50s and 60s when Swami started the mission. First, when he announced his avatar as the Shirdi Sai Baba reborn in Uravakonda. Now, every devotee who was coming to Swami, Swami would call them in, talk to them, solve their problems, give them blessings, give them respite from their various issues, and then guide them how they have to conduct themselves. So it was on an individual basis, and it was also a group of people coming from different towns. Subsequently, in 1965, the Sathya Sai organization was formed, and subsequently Swami started guiding the devotees how they have to carry forward their spiritual sadhana in line with Swami's teachings. Subsequently, Swami gave direction to the organization, like children were, Bal Vikas was started, and children were started molding through the Bal Vikas program. Swami also parallelly concentrated on the youths, because Swami always says, youths are, you are in such a age which is very important in our lifetime. These are the career formation years when you should be molded in a proper manner, Swami would always say. I have seen from close quarters when Swami started the summer course for the youths in 1972 onwards. The first summer course, 1972, when Swami selected 2 boys and 2 girls from every district of every state of India, and brought all the children, all the youngsters to Vrindavan, and there was a month-long summer course which was conducted in Vrindavan. It happened year after year, from 72, 73, 74, 75 onwards. It went on till probably 1979-80. Subsequently, Swami conducted this program for the children from the university. And Swami, from the organization, started concentrating on the international youth conferences for youngsters who are participating in the Sathya Sai Seva organizations. We know 1997 was the first time when Swami blessed the first World Youth Conference, which was held in Prashanti Nilayam. Subsequently, there have been always many more international youth conferences. Few minutes back, I received a circular from our All India President saying that this July there is going to be another international youth conference during Guru Purnima time. So Swami has been always guiding, blessing, motivating the youths, because they have to become worthy instruments and become a very good citizens, very good persons themselves, inculcating values. Now, today they have asked me to speak about Swami's expectations from us. So before that, I would like to say, Swami always, what he used to do was, first he would call us, talk to us, solve our problems. He used to give us whatever we want, so that we really want what he has come to give us. That was always his way of handling things. Like, I went to Swami's sister, while introducing me, said that I had the first darshan of Bhagawan in 1968. I was an engineering college student, first year semester. 1 month before that, the day I had darshan of Bhagawan, Swami visited our town, small town, Sirsi in North Kannada district of Karnataka state. He had visited it for the first time ever, and the only visit Bhagawan had to that town. I was giving my exam, so I could not have Bhagavan's darshan. 1 month later, when I came down to my native place, my mother told me, let's go to Puttaparthi. I was not eager at all. I said, I told my mother, I will not be interested. मैंने मेरे माता जी को बोला, मेरे को इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, मेरे को पुट्टपर्थी जाना नहीं है, मैं जाके क्या करूंगा, मेरे को भगवान को देखना नहीं है. I didn't know that he is God, but I didn't want to go. But she said, you come with me. You have to only accompany me, you come with me. Only you have to come for my sake. So I went there. 56 years later, brothers and sisters, I still remember that day very well. I was sitting on the veranda because those days very few devotees were there. Everybody was sitting on the veranda. There was no Sai Kulwant hall, nothing was there. It's old mandir, and we were sitting on the veranda. And the first darshan I had, Swami slowly walking towards us. And I don't know what happened to me. My heartbeat started beating so fast. Every step Swami was taking towards me, and I was getting very, very scared. And I didn't know that I cannot express that feeling. He came and stood before me, and he looked at me and said, "You didn't want to come. Why did you come?" See, something I spoke to my mother 400 kilometers away on our dining table in a small town in Sirsi, he is telling me. That was my first experience of Swami. And suddenly he said, there are a lot of people who have come from your town. You come with them inside for the interview. That was how my first interview started. Swami says, I give you what you want. He started giving me what I wanted from that moment. He didn't, Swami never says, I am God, I have got so much power, nothing. But slowly, slowly he wants to convert you. He wants to convince you. So I was sitting inside and there were many more people. And there was one couple with a young child. I was sitting at the near right leg of Swami, sitting on the floor in that interview room. And he asked that couple, what have you come for? They said, Swami, हमारा बच्चे को कान में टोचना है, ear piercing. You know, that is one of the rituals that we perform for when the newborn child is there. So Swami said, okay, he took that child on his lap and then created with a wave of his hand beautiful two small earrings. He looked at me and said, now I am going to pierce both the rings to the child's ears. What will happen? I said, what silly question he is asking me. He repeated that question. Then I said, Swami, the child will cry automatically because it will get pain. Usko dard ho jayega kaan mein. So the bacha will start crying, rona lagega. Swami said, really? It will cry? I said, yes, Swami, certainly it will cry. Swami just took the rings, just fitted both the rings in the child's ears, and that small child was sleeping. It didn't even move. Then Swami looked at me. Kya hua? Bacha roya nahi? He didn't cry at all. You said it will cry. So this was my beginning of my first experience with Swami. And then later on, Swami called me with my mother next day. There were 2 interviews. If I go on sharing all the details, it will take me a lot of time. I'll just skip because a lot of personal details I will have to share. Anyway, but one short thing I would like to say. I had lost my father 2 years back and Swami assured me that I look after you as your father. He said, ये दुनिया में जिसका mother नहीं है, father नहीं है, for all of them, I am their mother, I am their father. This is what you have to, I will look after them. So he assured me that I will look after you as your own father, which he did till the end of his life. On a personal level, he was a father to me. And on an organizational level, he was God to me, guiding me in my organizational responsibilities, which I shared. Even after post-Mahasamadhi also, I've been having that experiences with Swami. Now, one of the most important things, which was a turning point in my life, was Swami said, you are studying engineering, well, fine, you do engineering, you will do very well and all that. He created vibhuti and rubbed on my hand and said, when are you going to marry? He pulled me and said, तुम्हारा marriage कभी है? I was very shy. An 18-year-old boy, Swami is asking about marriage. I said, Swami, I didn't answer. He kept repeatedly he kept asking me. I said, Swami, I just want to wriggle out of the situation because it was a very embarrassing question. I said, Swami, जब पढ़ाई complete हो जाएगा, मैं शादी करूँगा. ठीक है, you will do it immediately after your education. I will perform your marriage. I didn't know that 2 years prior to that, he had told my wife that I have found an engineer for you when I had not even joined engineering. He had told my wife that I will perform your marriage. I didn't know their family. They didn't know our family. But he had told my wife that your marriage I will perform and I have already selected one engineering boy for you. At that time, I had not even joined engineering. Anyway, to cut the whole story short, immediately after I completed my engineering and I started working in a Goan company, Swami sent word, you have to get married. Anyway, he had to persuade me, and a lot of things happened which I would not like to go into details now, because I have a lot of other issues, important issues to share with the youngsters. But one good thing he did was he said that your marriage, I'll perform. And 25th of April 1974, he performed our engagement in Vrindavan. And I will tell you, he spoke to us for 3 hours non-stop from morning 8 till 11. And he guided us. He told us how we have to conduct ourselves as ideal husband and wife. He quoted extensively from Ramayana, which most of the things I still remember. And then suddenly he said, now it is 11 o'clock. On 18th May 1974, I'll perform your marriage in Vrindavan at 11 o'clock only. Everybody saw the watch. Swami does not wear a watch. It was exactly 11 o'clock. And true to his word, 18th May 1974, in the summer course pandal in Vrindavan, he performed our marriage. But what I still remember, my tears come to my eyes when I remember that particular moment, few days before that, Swami was in Mumbai, and there was All India strike. Flights were on strike, aeroplanes were on strike, trains were on strike, everything was on strike. And Swami drove down in a Fiat car right from Bombay to Bangalore just for our marriage. And every arrangement he did within a matter of one day. He did not allow us to do anything. Everything Swami did. And which I always remember with gratitude. I cannot ever repay the debt of this action done by Swami. But why I narrated this is, during that marriage, Swami created a beautiful Mangal Sutra for my wife and a ring for me, which were exchanged. And Swami stood between us and took a photograph. Now, till that time, I always perceived Swami as a guru. I had no experience of his divinity. हमने स्वामी को एक गुरु के रूप में माना था. कभी भी भगवान का दिव्यत्व का मेरे को तब तक अनुभव नहीं था personally. Swami said, okay, this Mangal Sutra I have given. He made us tie with all the mantras he chanted and all that. And then he said, after 1 year, you change this. It was in Geneva threads. It is of cotton threads. And only there were 5 coins of gold and beads. He said, after 1 year, you change those threads, get it done in a golden chain, put those 5 pieces together and put it to your wife. 1 year later, I was in Goa one day. My in-laws and others had come. And we went round in the morning. Goa is a small state where we went round the whole state, visiting different temples in Goa. And evening, we came back to the same place where we started. Suddenly, my wife told me that she has lost that Mangal Sutra. We were very much worried. You can imagine what happens when if your wife says that Mangal Sutra is lost. We were all very scared, and my father-in-law was very upset. He said, I have to go and now talk to Swami or ask him what to do. We kept searching, but from morning 8 o'clock till evening 7 o'clock, you travel entire Goa, different temples. You don't know where it has fallen off. And they were very upset. They went to the room. We were staying in a hotel there. And when they went up, my father-in-law and mother-in-law found that below their pillow, all the 5 pieces where somebody has brought it and kept it there. And when we went to Perthi next time, Swami took me to task. I had told you after 1 year you should have changed it and put it. You have not done it. You are very negligent. You should always listen to what I am saying. You should follow what I am saying. This is my first experience. See, it was not possible for anybody unless he is an omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. अगर कोई व्यक्ति सर्वांतर्यामी है, सर्वशक्ति है, सर्वशक्त है और सर्वज्ञ है, उसको ही तभी पता चलेगा वो किधर गिरा है वो किधर से उठाना है और लाके रखना है. So this is the first experience when I realized that Swami is divine. I have never ever doubted Swami's divinity thereafter. Brothers and sisters, मेरा आपसे एक विनती है. Every one of you would have got some experiences for which you are here about Swami's divinity or Swami's आपने किसी सुना होगा. आप एक बार स्वामी का दिव्यत्व को जांचिए, समझिए, and be firm on it all through. There is no point in keep oscillating. बहुत टाइम क्या होता है. Now the next question is, when before we discuss what Swami expects from us, we also should think what we expect from Swami. हमारा भी बहुत एक्सपेक्टेशन लेके हम आते हैं, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आते हैं. हाँ, हमको प्रमोशन चाहिए, हमको ये चाहिए, हमारा शादी स्वामी करना चाहिए, हमको ब्लेसिंग्स चाहिए, हमको we want children, we want money, we want wealth. Swami gives us what we want to the extent we deserve. बहुत टाइम क्या होता है, when our desires are not fulfilled, we said इतना बार हमने भजन किया, इतना नगर संकीर्तन किया, इतना सेवा किया, इतना सभी कुछ किया, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. We started thinking whether Swami is really God. See, this is a point I want to make. You have to be very firm in your belief as Swami is God. And then when you take a first step, Swami will take 10 steps towards you. He will come to you, he will guide you, he will bless you, he will do everything for you. So our expectations we have to be very clear. Now, I would like to mention my entire journey with Swami. I can say from my expectation point of view and from what Swami expected from me, before I want to share with you, I would like to say divide it into 4 segments. As I mentioned, 1968 to 78, it was totally a personal kind of relationship with Swami. Number of interviews, lot of issues. Swami solved my material problems, my family problems, my business problems. Swami named my children. I had 2 sons, both of them Swami named. Swami gave them admission in Sathya Sai schools in Prashanti Nilayam. He took care of so many things. Between 78 and 88, though he was continued to bless us through our personal matters like my brothers, sisters, all the marriages. Lot of marriages from the family Swami performed in his divine presence. Thread ceremonies he performed. Namings of children he did. You know, we were really very blessed to receive all this grace from Swami. But all the time I never realized that he was preparing me for something big. So in 1977, what happened was, Swami had told us a month earlier in December 76 that I am going to tour of South Kendra district of Karnataka. From there, I'll come to your district and I'll come to your house. So in line with that preparation, we have started preparing whether Swami will come to our place in 77. On end of 76 December, myself and my mother came to Parthi. And we came to Parthi. I still remember on 1st of January 1977, it was a New Year day. It was Vaikuntha Ekadashi. It was Moharram. Swami said, today is the Triveni Sangam day. I am blessing you. I will definitely come to your place. And he blessed me. And he said, this year you must attend the summer course. I knew summer courses take place for almost a month-long summer courses. But I said, Swami, I'm working in Goa in an engineering firm. I was working for a company called Tempos, one of the famous firms of Goa, who were into mining, who were into construction, who are into barges and a lot of other businesses. So I was working for that company, construction company. I was in Mangalore and then went on to work in Goa. And Swami told me, don't worry about the leave part. I said, Swami, I will not get leave for 1 month because there is a lot of work pressure. I am looking after a project. What is your worry? You make an application for leave, you come. All that I will take care for you. You be sincere, you decide to come. Other things you leave it to me. I didn't know why Swami insisted to me at that time. I decided to make an attempt and try and come. So closer to that date, I applied for leave. I spoke to my resident engineer. He said, Mr. Dhakappa, you have taken so much of leave, I can't give you more leave. But I kept on requesting him. He said, only one condition you have to go. Our chief engineer has gone to America And once he returns, I'll send you a telegram, because those days no mobile phones, nothing. You can't call people on mobile and communicate in a matter of seconds. Only telegrams. I'll send you a telegram to Vrindavan. You come there and join immediately. I said, okay, sir, I promise. I promised him all right, and I came. 20-25 days, beautiful summer course. Every day, various learned speakers were speaking. And then evening, Swami will give discourses on Ramayana. The entire month, Swami spoke on Ramayana. The entire this summer course thing, I would like to share three distinct experiences of mine, which will say how Swami transforms us and how he looks after us. The first one, the first day of the inauguration, one boy was sitting next to me in the auditorium in Vrindavan. Vrindavan, there is a beautiful auditorium. Earlier, the summer courses were held in the summer course Pendal, but by the time I joined, that Vrindavan college had come up and that there was a beautiful auditorium. And in that auditorium, the summer course was held. One youngster was sitting next to me, and suddenly the power went off while Swami was inaugurating, giving the divine discourse. And he made a very nasty comment. He said, "Oh, Swami, Baba, do some miracle and bring the power back." I only heard it because other boys, probably others may not have heard it. And I said, this fellow has come for the summer course. He has come believing in Swami, and why he's talking like that and all that. I felt a little bad. I didn't bother much about him. 1 month later, at the end of the summer course, on the last day after the valedictory, Swami gave lunch to all the participants in Vrindavan hostel. So when Swami was going to the Vrindavan hostel, walking along the way, this boy was sitting next to me and profusely crying. बहुत रो रहा था वो, एक उसका रुक ही नहीं रहा था, आंसू में आंख से आंसू गिर रहे थे, रुक ही नहीं रहा था. एंड मेरे बाजू में बैठा था. मैंने बोला, पहला दिन ऐसा बात किया ये लड़का, आज ये रो रहा है, किसके लिए रो रहा है? अभी जाने का दिन है, कल तो तुम. हाँ, मैंने उससे पूछा था, तुम क्यों समर कोर्स को आया? तुम बिलीव नहीं करता है, तुमको इसमें इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, तुम किसके लिए समर कोर्स में आया? तो उसने मेरे से बताया था, मेरा पिताजी ने मेरे को बोला, तुम 1 महीना समर कोर्स के लिए जाके आएगा, तुमको मोटरसाइकिल दे दूंगा. So his temptation was the motorcycle which his father is going to give at the end of the summer course. And अभी तो तुमको खुशी होना चाहिए. You are going back home tomorrow. You will have motorcycle from your father. You enjoy, ride, do what you want. Why you are crying? No, I never realized Swami is divine. And see, by just divine discourses over a period of 1 month, he had transformed that boy. He said, I don't want my a motorcycle from my father. I want to dedicate my life to Swami and work for Swami. This is what Swami was doing. This transformation is what Swami brings about in all of us. During this SSS and LRP also, you would have experienced by listening to people, various learned people, various senior people, your life would probably get transformed. You have to change, give a twist to your life. So that boy was totally transformed in a matter of 1 month. The second thing that happened was, on the 25th day of the summer course, I started getting telegrams from my office. Chief engineer has come back, come and join the duty. I was feeling very sad. I didn't want to go, but what to do? The telegrams were coming. I was not in a position to decide. Because of the summer course, I was not able to ask Swami also what to do. Without his permission, I cannot leave also, because he had instructed me to come and stay for 1 month. So I still remember on that day evening, after the Swami's divine discourse, there used to be a music program. उस दिन अनूप जलोटा के पिताजी, one of the most renowned Bhakti Sangeet proponents of India, Shri Purushottam Das Jalota ji was performing in our Vrindavan auditorium. And while singing, he sang one bhajan which I still remember very well. He said, प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पढ़कर, प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पढ़कर प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा. प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पढ़कर प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा. अपना मान टले टल जाए, भक्त का मान न टलते देखा. To translate it into English, he said, Prabhala prema ke pale padkar. If you have intense love for God, He will change all the rules. Prabhala prema ke pale padkar. Prabhu ko niyam badalte. He will change all the rules for you. Apna mana tale tale jai. Even at the cost of his own name, he will protect you. So I got my answer. I just coolly went out for a few minutes, tore all the telegrams and put it in the dustbin. I said, come what may, I may have to resign my job. That is the worst that can happen. So I continued with the summer course. So after the summer course, on the last day, after speaking to that boy who was crying, or jo ro raha tha, Swami came to me and said, your father-in-law has come now. You come tomorrow to Puttaparthi. I said, at least tomorrow I'll rush to my job and join. Swami said, you come to Puttaparthi. We went to Puttaparthi. He called us in. उधर बात किया स्वामी ने बोला मेरे को तुमसे एक काम है. You have to go to Manipal in South Kannada district. I thought I have to go back to my native place Sirsi, which is very far. From there I have to go to another district, Manipal, talk to those people and come back and report to Swami. Another week, 10 days gone. So I made up my mind saying that my job has gone. So why worry about it? I said, okay, Swami, whatever you say, I will do. I did whatever Swami said. Accordingly, I did. Finally, I came and reported to Swami whatever work he had given, completed it, and went back to my job, to Goa. I straight away went to the head office on the 4th floor of Dempo building on the Mandavi River. Those of you who are familiar with Goa knows, most of you would have visited Goa as a tourist. I went there on the 4th floor. I went with a resignation letter in my pocket. Suddenly, I bumped into the administrative officer of our company. He saw me. Arey Nagesh, where are you? What is this, Dhakappa? Come, and he pulled me inside. I said, look, don't ask me. This is my resignation letter. Please take it and relieve me as early as possible, because I cannot give any excuse for my delay. I have already delayed by 1.5 months. And I had agreed for pay without any loss of pay. No salaries for me for the entire 1 month. I had taken leave like that. He said, no, don't worry. Chief engineer came from America. He asked about you. When is Dhakappa going to take up the project in Bijapur district of Karnataka? He said he has already gone, Swami. Gone, sir. He has taken charge. So he said, we have not told the chief engineer that you are not in station. Don't worry, please go and take charge now. And here is your salary for the entire month. See, brothers and sisters, I went without pay. I took leave for 1 month. I joined after 1.5 months. Nobody knew, and they gave me the salary also. This is what Swami does. Prabhala prema ke pale padkar, Prabhu ko niyama badalte dekha. Apna mana tale tala jaye, bhakta ka manana talte dekha. And the third thing which I want to share with you is, that was the turning point of my life, brothers and sisters. On the penultimate day, or within last 2-3 days, one Mr. R.K. Karanjia from Mumbai, a lot of people would know, he was editor of Bleach. He gave a talk to all the participants that day morning. He spoke about Kundalini, from Mooladhara to Sahasrara, all the 7 chakras, all that Ida, Pingala, Nadi, Sushumna, Nadi, everything. And at the end of the talk, he said, अगर आप कुंडलिनी को जागृत करोगे, आप भगवान बन जाओगे. You will become God if you awaken your Kundalini. So he went on explaining the Kundalini to everybody, and then he said, you will all become God if you awaken the Kundalini. Those days it was not difficult to come to Bangalore city like today, because today if you have to go from Whitefield to Bangalore city, it will take 2-3 hours. So much of traffic hassles. Those days anybody can go within 15-20 minutes. So lunchtime, lot of our participants had gone to city, buy thick books about the Kundalini. I was wondering, I looked around, many people who were next to me, they were all thick books. So they were all getting prepared to awaken the Kundalini and become God. Everybody was getting prepared. So Swami is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. He knew everything. So that day evening, when he came to give the divine discourse, he said, today I will not speak about Ramayana, I will speak about Kundalini. And he went on to explain all the 7 chakras, all the Nadi, all the everything Swami explained. End of it, Swami said, it is true that if you can awaken the Kundalini, you will become divine. But there is not a single person in this universe who will teach you how to awaken Kundalini. So I'm telling you, don't get into this. Don't try it also. Today, in this Kali Yuga, I am giving you a very simple method of doing your spiritual sadhana. That is, by joining Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations, getting involved in the activities of the spiritual wing, educational wing, service wing, and getting involved yourself and transforming yourself is the only spiritual sadhana you need to do. Probably no other avatar in their lifetime have given such a simple solution, such a simple spiritual sadhana for us to follow. See how uniquely fortunate we are. The avatar is telling us and he is giving us such a simple solution. So all those thick books people bought, they used them as pillows for the rest of the summer course time. Because there was no need to go through and study those books. So that was the turning point in my life, brothers and sisters, and I went back and immediately joined the organization. And I must tell you, see, Swami said, I will give you what you want so that you really want what I have really come to. That is the expectation of Swami. Swami wants our transformation. Swami wants us to change ourselves and get involved in this spiritual sadhana. So in 1981, he made me district president of our district. And he would guide me wherever I used to come to Vrindavan. He will talk to me, or Puttaparthi, he will talk to me, guide me and all that. One of the most important blessings he gave me and guided me, which I would like to share with you, was in 1985 when as a part of some Bhagawan's 60th birthday, Bhagawan ka 60th birthday, बहुत grand scale पे devotees ने celebrate किया. 3 साल का different programs were there. In 1983, it was all the spiritual wing का program, I mean बाल विकास का program था. 84 में सेवा दला का program था. 85 में भगवान का 60th बर्थडे था, वर्ल्ड कॉन्फ्रेंस था. 84 में स्वामी ने बोला था कि हर एक समिति एक विलेज अडॉप्ट करना चाहिए. The World Council that time had taken a decision to adopt about 600 villages for intense seva in different parts of the country in India. Swami in his discourse that day said, why only 600? 6,000 villages you must adopt. And he assured and told us that before you go to that village, you will find me installed there. And this was an experience that we all felt. In my district, 2 villages, I experienced Swami's divinity there. One village which I adopted nearby my town, there one young boy in the village which I had adopted could fight with a tiger and make it run away. Can you believe? It was a miracle. And in a neighboring town, that boy is still, he's working as a ranger in a forest department in our district, even today. And a neighboring village where we have built a center, we had created a center that time. Suddenly one day a small Maruti car came and some people got down and spoke to the local villagers in Telugu. He said, who are coming here? When is the bhajan happening here? Everything in Telugu. They didn't understand. And they came running to the nearby town, that is a town called Siddhapur, and they said somebody in a car came and talked to us like this. Brothers and sisters, I would like to share with you that village had no motorable road till that time to that village. How that car came to that village was a mystery. See, this is the experience Swami gave us. He said, before you go to that village, you will find me installed there. That is how Swami encourages you, how he guides you to do the seva. In that village which we adopted in my town, we wanted to create a community center. So I came to take blessings of Bhagawan and I asked Swami, I want to have this mandir. I use the word Sai Mandir because I didn't like to tell Swami it is a community center. I said, Swami, हमारा village में एक adopt किया है, उधर एक साई मंदिर बनाने का. He said, Bangaro, don't call it mandir. उसको मंदिर मत बोलो. In a village, when you are creating a community center, you should call it Sathya Sai Grama Seva Kendra. And if you do it in a town, You should call it as Sathya Sai Seva Kshetra. That was the beginning of the first Sathya Sai Gram Seva Kendra in Karnataka, brothers and sisters, as part of the 85th, Swami's 60th birthday in 1985. Subsequently, when I became state president of Karnataka, during 33 years, we could create 87 Sathya Sai Seva Kshetras and 65 Sathya Sai Gram Seva Kendras across Karnataka. And for my district, the 21st Sathya Sai Seva Kshetra, which I started before I retired in 2020, was in my own hometown. Because Swami said, "Tum Karnataka mein baki sab jagah pehla karo. In your town, I'll give you blessings last." It was post Mahasamadhi only I could start, and that itself is a big miracle. And I can go on narrating to you for a lengthy period of time about each Seva Kshetra. I have experienced Bhagawan's immense presence, immense grace, immense blessings. Which, if I think about it, my tears come to my eyes. How Swami has blessed each center in different towns across Karnataka, different villages across Karnataka. That is the love of Swami. He says, "You take one step towards me, I shall take 10 steps towards you." But why he wants to get us involved and do all these service activities, educational activities, it is all for our own good, for our transformation. During my tenure as a state president, Swami had indicated, and as per his indication, I had conducted hundreds of training programs. But what used to happen was, after every training program, say, there would be participants of about 300, 400 people. But subsequently, there will be only 30, 40 people will join the organization. Remaining people will go away. So I used to get a lot of disillusion. And one day, in a very depressed mood, I was sitting and I was telling Swami, "Swami, what is the use? You told us to do so many training programs, so many programs I do. But people don't stay, they go away. Only about 10%, 20, 30 people join the organization, remaining go away." Swami said, "You fool." I kept thinking, and suddenly I hear a voice, Swami saying, "You fool, you don't understand. Don't worry about what is the result of that action. By doing that, I want to see what is the transformation in you. How much you are able to overcome your bad qualities, about your shortcomings, about your things. That you must remember. Whatever you have done, good work will not go waste. It will definitely come back. It will be definitely useful. You may not know." And within few days, Swami gave me an experience. I was in Puttaparthi Prashanti Nilayam, sitting on the veranda, Swami's darshan time. Those days, Swami will pick up people for interview and go inside. The moment Swami goes inside for interview, will get up and come outside. I was coming out and going out for a cup of tea. Suddenly, one sister came and spoke to me, "Sir, very happy to see you, Sairam, Sairam." And I just wished her, because I could not recollect her, because I used to meet so many people from different parts of Karnataka. Everybody I could not remember by their names, but I could make out that she is from one of the neighboring districts here. She said she was very happy, and she said, "Sir, can you wait for just 1 minute?" I said, "Why, Amma?" No, my son is here. I want you to meet him." I said, "Okay, please call him, bring him." I waited, and she ran and got her son and brought him to me. He said, "Sir, my son was a #1 vagabond. And during one of the training programs you all conducted, all the various learned people from your state resource team came and conducted the program. You also spoke. That boy came and mother said, this boy was a #1 vagabond, not listening to anybody, not wanting to do any education, not joining college and all that. After your training program, there was such a transformation in that boy. He studied well, he appeared for CET, he joined engineering. Now he's in 3rd semester of engineering. There is so much of change for the training program you all conducted. This is just one example. So what Swami is saying, that whatever efforts you sincerely do with pure love, it has its own effect. Don't worry about it. That's what Swami used to always say. So this was one example that Swami showed me. By this example only, how it can happen. So I would like to say, further, as a final thing, Swami made me state president at a very young age. It was said in the introduction. I was really very, very scared, because I was not prepared, nor I was, in my own opinion, was not capable to handle such a big responsibility. I was in Parthi in connection with my sister's wedding. You know, when I mentioned about the sister's wedding, I mentioned to you there were a lot of weddings from our family, naming, etc., etc. I just missed few points from all that personal grace Swami gave during these marriages and thread ceremonies, etc., etc. He gave some few instructions which I would like to share with all the youngsters before going forward. The first instruction he gave it to me during my marriage was consent of the parents must be there for the marriage. Boys and girls should marry with the consent of their parents. Swami always gave lot of importance to your opinion of your mother and your father. You know, that was first thing. Secondly, he said no dowry. Not that there was any dowry system in our community or in our families, but he made it very known to him: no asking, no taking. So during my sister's marriage, when I was taking lead, asking Swami and Swami was guiding, he said, don't give 1 paisa dowry. Only marriage expenses you can carry on, do something, but no dowry. That was the second instruction Swami had given. The third instruction Swami gave was, when there are two parties involved in a marriage, you should share the expenses. You should not put burden on the one side only, putting all. As far as possible, try to share the expenses. This is the third instruction Swami gave. And the fourth, which is very difficult these days to follow, after my engagement in April 25th April 1974, till your marriage date, 18th May, you should not call your wife. You should not meet her, take her anywhere out, no talking. Believe me, till we saw each other in the wedding mandap, we didn't have any meeting with each other, talking to each other, nothing. Is it possible these days? But Swami was so particular those days. His main intention was we should have, follow certain dictums, some moral values, because he didn't want us to do some mistakes in our haste. That is what I felt. Then another important thing is, during various weddings and other things, Swami used to say, get the proposal, I will see and approve and all that. And during such occasions, when he used to give us interview, he will make fun of me. And it was correct also. He used to tell my mother, this son of yours, he is very fond of astrologers, soothsayers. He will go take his horoscope and sit with this Bhadji, this Purohit, this fellow, that fellow, and keep doing it. But he continued to let me do it till certain time. During my sister's wedding, I had to ask Swami one question, which some astrologer had told me. So in that interview, I said, Swami, I want to talk to you about one matter. He said, come. He took me to the inside room. Both only myself and Swami were there. Swami, this is what somebody told me. Is it true? With regard to some astrological issue. I remember suddenly Swami became very serious. He held my right hand with his left hand. So he said, all the planets are in my hand. If you follow my teachings, as per my guidance, if you lead your life, no need to worry about any planet. You don't have to go to any priest, astrologer or anybody. I will take care of everything. Believe me, brothers and sisters, after that I did not go to any priest or astrologer, soothsayer, anything. Because Swami has said, I am taking all the 9 planets are in my hands. On another occasion, Swami, in one of the interviews, because in 82 my father-in-law suddenly passed away here only in Vrindavan. And then after 13 days, Swami said, bring everybody to Puttaparthi, who had gone. Suddenly Swami asked, you pray to God? All of you pray God? I said, yes, pray God. What do you do? What do you pray? Each person went on giving answers. Somebody said, I'll ask whatever I want. Somebody said, whatever we desire, we ask God. And then Swami said, no, you are wrong. Today I am telling you, please remember, it is applicable to all of us, brothers and sisters. He said, you should not ask God for all mundane things. We keep on asking, because our desires are endless. One thing after the other, we keep asking. Swami said, remember, today I am telling you, there are only 2 things you have to pray to God. There are only 2 things you have to pray to God. The first one is, Because as we are born as a human beings, we are very fortunate to be born as a human beings, and we have been associated with Bhagawan. That itself is the biggest blessings to all of us. He said, the death is certain for everybody, every human being. So how it should come? Anayasena maranam. जिंदगी में जब हम पैदा हुए हैं तो मौत तो होना ही है. बट ड्यूरिंग दैट एंटायर लाइफ व्हाट यू हैव टू प्रे टू, भगवान को क्या प्रार्थना करना चाहिए? अनायासेन मरणम विना दैन्येन जीवनम. That means when the final moment comes, it should be anayasena, without any suffering, peacefully you should merge with God. That is what you have to pray. Secondly, your life, in whatever means you have got, whatever income you have got, whatever you have earned, within your means, you lead your life. So these are the two prayers only you have to do. Don't ask anything else from God, he said. Anayasena maranam vina dainena jivanam. This is the dictum of Bhagavan, brothers and sisters. Please remember it. Because all this I am sharing with you, because if we conduct our lives in line with all the sayings of Bhagavan, whatever he has guided us, he will take care of us, because this is what is most dear to his heart. When I became state president, one of the in 1988, he continued to guide me continuously, and I have a lot of experiences which time will not now does not permit me to share everything. But one thing which I have in close proximity of Bhagavan, I have always experienced. You can never. I experience his divinity immensely on some occasions. On some occasion, he will talk to us mundane things. You know, that line of distinction will be very, very thin. I remember when he asked us to conduct mass marriages and mass upanayinams. You know, during the mass marriages in 2000, there were a lot of people sitting, and Swami, during the upanayinam and marriage, he asked me to come with the bowl of akshata, and he went on blessings. And everybody he was blessing, and then finally Swami's program was over, and Swami went inside. After lunch, we will go and report to Swami. When we went inside, Swami suddenly asked me, today, out of your 75 couples, more than 25 couples were Lingayats community. I said, how do you know, Swami? You know, we are foolish. He is God. He knows everything. No, while blessing today morning, I was seeing the lingam, they are tied to the thread in their waist. See, in Karnataka, the Lingayat community ties a thread along with a lingam inside their dhoti, which is not visible at all. But this is small incidents by which Swami says, I am omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. I come to know everything. He keeps on reminding us that I am God. You know, this is what we have to firmly believe and carry our life forward. Then in 2001, when Swami inaugurated the Sathya Sai Super Speciality Hospital here in Whitefield, he said, the entire Sevadal duty for the hospital you have to take care from Karnataka. I was not sure. I was not confident. Our All India President, Srinivasan Sir, Vice President was there. Our All India President, present All India President, Nimish Pandyaji was Vice President. Everybody asked me, is it possible for you to? I said, I don't know. It is very difficult. But if Swami has instructed, and if we make sincere effort, if there is sincerity in our heart, with pure love, if we make effort, it will happen. Brothers and sisters, we had a weekly roster. We still have a weekly roster. Every Sunday we change this, the batches. Different people, Sevadals from different districts, far off districts, from Gulbarga, Bidar, Belgaum, almost 500 kilometers away from Bangalore. Even today, Sevadals come, you know, without fail, spending their own money, spending their own time, and bearing all the inconveniences. They come and do their sadhana here, their spiritual sadhana. I remember post Swami's Mahasamadhi, when there were a lot of issues were there, I found that the devotees at large in nooks and corners of Karnataka were intact, because they were carrying on with their spiritual sadhana. They were not worried about the physical proximity of Bhagavan. They were not worried about the physical Padnamaskar of Swami, or they were not worried about anything, you know. So one more thing I would like to add, there are few simple formulas Swami has given, which you would have heard it repeatedly by various speakers, but I would like to repeat them. You see, one is the Maha Mantra that Swami has given us, which you have to conduct according to that. Daiva Priti, Papa Bhiti, Sanganiti. This is the most important, one of the most important Maha Mantras Swami has given. Based upon this mantra, all the activities of the organizations have been formed. And then there are three types of sadhana Swami has given us in the organization. One is the individual sadhana, one is the family sadhana, one is the community sadhana, Sanganiti. And even in our, our Bal Vikas children have been taught, in the morning you pray, Karagre Vasati Lakshmi, and in the night before you sleep, Karacharana Kratamba you chant, you pray. During the entire day, when you are in your family, or whether you are individually, when you are doing sadhana, or when you are in your business or profession, wherever you are, you have follow Swami's principles, Swami's guidance, then he will look after you. I will like to share one experience. I don't know how much time I have got. Can I carry on, sister?
Yeah, go ahead,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Go ahead.
Those days I was executing a project for a sugar factory in North Karnataka. The chairman of that sugar factory is a speaking person. He didn't know English. He wanted to meet a chairman of a nationalized bank for his factory work. So he asked me, Mr. Dhakappa, can you join me, because मेरे को सिर्फ मराठी आता है, मेरे को अंग्रेजी नहीं आता है. वो chairman अंग्रेजी में बात करेगा, तो I need somebody to, between my Marathi and his English, somebody to translate and communicate our views to him, to come with me. I said, okay. So I went with him for that meeting here in Bangalore. So both of them, somehow his Marathi, his Hindi and his English, they managed. And then once they completed it, I was just quietly sitting and watching. I saw that gentleman was wearing a beautiful ring, typical of Swami's rings, which is ring Swami would create. But how do I ask him? I'm with my client and he's a chairman of a nationalized bank. So at the end of it, he said, he's your contractor. Yes, Mr. Dhakappa, what do you do? He just casually told me. I said, sir, taking little personal liberty, can I ask you a question? He said, yes, please do ask. Is this ring given to you by Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba? Yes. How do you know? He completed that client's discussion for 10 minutes, but he spoke to me for 1 hour about Swami. How he was abroad in a different bank, how he was handling it, and then he came to Bombay. And from Bombay, he had a heart problem. He came to Puttaparthi with 2 other people in the morning. And Swami gave vibhuti to both these people, not to this person. And he was worried. And Swami went inside the bhajan hall. At the end of after the bhajan is over, Aarti is over, Swami was coming out from the Prashanti Mandir. Suddenly came to him and created a vibhuti, yellow color powder for him. He said, you take this, you will be all right. So once he went back to Bombay, consumed that vibhuti, his heart ailment got cured. His heart problem got solved. And he became a devotee of Swami. And he had come to take care of this nationalized bank, which was in doldrums. So he told me, now Baba has asked me, now my task is to look after this, to bring back this bank to a healthy condition. That was mine. I said, how do you intend to do, sir? He said, my formula is simple. He showed me on his table, he had a beautiful picture of Swami looking into your eyes. That picture you would have also seen. Swami's only bust is there, beautiful eyes looking into you. He said, before I sign every single paper, I look at Swami. I talk to Swami. Swami, am I doing the correct thing? Am I doing justice? Am I doing anything wrong, Swami? Am I doing everything beneficial to the society or the institution? Then only I will do. I'll take decisions. I leave every single decision. I talk to Swami in his own way. He will communicate to Swami and do it. I said, very good, sir. Wonderful. This is an eye-opener for me also to carry on our activities and our own affairs. But before leaving, I asked him, sir, are you confident? Because this bank, I understand that it is in a great in problem. Do you think you will be able to turn it around? He said, let's see. Swami is with me. Let us see what happens. Brothers and sisters, what happened? I forgot about it. Almost 10 months later, I met him in one devotee's son's wedding reception in Bangalore. And I bumped into him. I thought he would not recognize me only because he's a chairman of a very big bank. But the moment he saw me, he came towards me and I started running towards him. I said, "Sir, how are you?" All that. Then we just exchanged pleasantries. Then he suddenly told me, "You asked me one question that I had told you about this bank. And you had asked me, are you confident you will be able to turn around this institution, sir?" And now today I am giving you the answers. I have turned it around. We are going to declare 14% dividend this year. Do you have shares of this bank? Otherwise, please go and buy it tomorrow, he said. See, brothers and sisters, what I am telling is, he has met Swami only once. Swami has cured him. But his entire tenure as a head of a banking institution, he follows Swami's dictum, Swami's guidance, Swami's values, he practices, and he has been very successful in his assignments. See, this is how Swami takes care of us if we follow his teachings, brothers and sisters. That's why Swami has given us very simple formulas. Swami said, follow 4Fs. See, that is where Swami's expectations. You must have heard it several times from different speakers who would have told us. Gopi sir would have repeated it n number of times. I have seen Gopi sir. He himself is an inspiring person for youths. I used to see him coming with all the Hyderabad youths to Parthi, and Swami spent so much time with them. And today he's been able to head, in line with Swami's probably thinking, this SSSNLP program. So 4Fs, Swami says: follow your master, face the devil, fight to the end, and finish the game. And Swami I've heard many times Swami telling this in interview to various devotees: follow your master. Who is your master? Somebody will say, Swami, Rama is my master, Krishna is my master, Shiva is my master. Swami, you are my master. Swami says, no. Your conscience is your master. If you quietly sit closing your eyes, the voice that speaks to you will tell you what is right or what is wrong. You may outwardly say anything, but listen to that voice, follow, that is your master. Fight face the devil. All the evil qualities, bad habits that we have to overcome each one of them. Because Swami, he is the most compassionate Lord. At the same time, he is a very, very tough taskmaster. And we know, we have all experienced it. And if I go on telling those incidents, it will take a lot of time. But he is a very, very tough taskmaster. And he will see to it that if he has done something to you, you have to show it. It is for our own sakes, brothers and sisters. It is not for Swami. If I transform myself, it is for my own good that he was doing it, not for himself. He has nothing to gain and nothing to lose. God is always a Sakshi Bhuta. He is the eternal witness. So for our sake, he used to take all this pain. And another thing always used to say, follow 5 Ds. First is the dedication, devotion, discipline, discrimination, and determination. Dedication is the 8 types of egos. Every human being, we have to overcome the ego. Ego is the number one enemy. Swami says, if you have got ego, edging God out. Edging God out, that is the ego. And next is the devotion, discipline, discriminate before you take any work, anything you do. And finally, be determined to reach your goal. Now, Satsangatve series, the end is Jivan Mukti. Now, finally, I would like to share only 2 experiences. Some people may say, you had personal experiences with Bhagawan, you had so much of this, we don't have that, how we should conduct ourselves, how we should be convinced. I am telling you, post Mahasamadhi, Swami has been continued to devotees, a lot of new devotees. Swami continues to come into their lives, guide them, bless them, and carry on. I remember what happened after 2011. In 2012, one day I get a beautiful dream. In that dream, Swami told me, see, I called you for summer course in 1977. Don't you think it is your responsibility to conduct a summer course for the new youngsters and take Swami's message forward? I said, yes, Swami, do it. I didn't know how to do it. Next day, immediately, first thing in the morning, I went to Vrindavan. Brother Sanjay Sahani was the director of the Vrindavan campus. I met him. I said, Sanjay, this is what Swami instructed me in my dreams. I don't know how to go about it. And I suggested to him out of the blue, it is that thought also Swami gave. I said, can we, along with the organization and the university, do this together? We'll take care of all the entire organizational arrangement. You take care of conducting the summer course because you are also experienced. You have been trained by Bhagawan. He said, I will talk to the VC and get back to you, sir. It's a wonderful idea. And VC gave permission, and rest is history. We had 1,000 youths coming from all parts of Karnataka attending the summer course for 5 days. We had different challenges. The first was when I spoke to our trust convener, my elderly guide, brother, respected Sri Gangadhar Shetty sir. He said, Dhakappa, do you know conducting a summer course will need 25 lakhs, 20 lakhs minimum. I said, I don't know, sir. I know so much money is required, but if we continue making an effort, Swami will look after it, I'm sure. And you will not believe, brothers and sisters, next day morning, one of the devotees comes to me and says, I know that you are conducting a summer course. This is 5 lakhs for you. And we never looked back after that. End of the summer course, we had 5 lakhs excess money with us after meeting all the expenses. The second was water shortage in Vrindavan. Bore wells were drying up. And we are worried what will happen to the water. Brothers and sisters, you will not believe me if I say that all the overhead tanks were full at the end of the summer course. All the overhead tanks were full because the water was intact and there was no shortage of the water. The third thing, lot of devotees, were comparing when Swami was conducting summer course. Now you have conducted in blessed by Swami. Then one group of people came and said, Swami used to give ice cream. You have not added ice cream in your menu. I said, look, we are already very tight on our budget. Now for 1,000 people and remaining Sevadal, everybody, 1,500 ice creams adding will add to the cost. Brothers and sisters, you will not believe. Next moment, our state coordinator, our elderly sister, Srimati Sucharita, comes and says, Mr. Dhakappa, our alumni from Anandpur wants to give ice cream for every participant. Within a minute of our discussion. And finally, the culmination of it was, Mr. Bhotia, who was the custodian, came to me on the penultimate day. Next day is the valedictory. He said, Dhakappa sir, स्वामी हमेशा वो समर कोर्स का आखिरी दिन में खाने के टाइम में मैंगो देते थे. I said, sir, don't now suggest 1,500 mangoes. From where will I get now? Please don't say that. Just keep quiet. You will not believe, next day morning, one devotee comes with 1,500 mangoes and delivered it there. See, this is how Swami shows that he is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. He says, Swami says, you do my work and I will take care of everything that you would like. He will take care. And this is what I have shared. And now in this series, Satsangatve, Nisangatvam, Nisangatve, Nishchalatatvam, Nishchalatatve, Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve, Jivan Mukti. With one experience, I will finally close. Few years back, we had been to Indore to attend the National Convention of Sathya Sai Schools. In Indore it happened. And I attended. We were all state presidents, were staying in one hotel. They had made beautiful, wonderful arrangement. And in Sathya Sai School, Indore में हमारा स्कूल का कन्वेंशन चल रहा था. हर दिन उन्होंने होटल का काउंटर पे, रिसेप्शन काउंटर पे भगवान का बहुत अच्छा फोटो लगाया था एंड उसमें एक बॉक्स रखा था आगे. So everybody was going there praying and something they were doing. First day मैंने notice किया, मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, I didn't do anything. So while coming out and waiting for the bus to go to the venue, मेरे को किसने पूछा, आपको क्या मैसेज आया? मैंने बोला, what message you are talking about? No, स्वामी के सामने एक बॉक्स रखा है, उसमें आप लेना, एक चिट निकालना, उसमें एक स्वामी का मैसेज आता है आपको. मैंने बोला, no, I don't believe in all this. मैंने कुछ चिट नहीं निकाला. नहीं, you have to see, very apt messages come, you go. So reluctantly I went, I prayed to Swami's photo and then put my hand and took out a chit. That chit said, why fear when I am here? Why fear when I am here? That is a saying of Swami. Fine. The next sentence said, today I will give you Pad Namaskar. I said, how will Swami give me Pad Namaskar today? I said, anyway, I just didn't think. I kept the chit and went to the camp. That day in the morning, our All India President, V. Srinivasan sir, was to talk to us, to all of us state presidents and everybody. And he was little not unwell, so that meeting got postponed. All of us were standing along with brother Nimish Pandey also, standing because it was quite chill there in Indore. were standing on the lawns in hot sun. Suddenly, one of the office bearers from Indore मेरे पास आया, मेरे को बोला, धाकप्पा साहब, तुम्हारे लिए मैंने एक गाड़ी अरेंज किया है. इधर से 55 kilometers is that Mahakaleshwar temple. You please go there. I said, no, brother. He is the state president now, brother Amit Dubey, who is the state president of now Madhya Pradesh. Oh, मेरे को literally pulled me and put me in the car. I said, no, Baba, everybody is going tomorrow. Why you want to send me today? नहीं sir, आपने मैंने arrange किया है, आप जाइए. And I went there. They took me directly to the Sanctum Sanctorum, and the priest made me go directly to the Mahakaleshwar Lingam, bow down and touch that Lingam. Suddenly that thought came to me, I'll give you Pad Namaskar today. See, this is what Swami does, and I was thrilled. Everybody said, oh, you got this chit and you got Pad Namaskar at Mahakaleshwar temple. Very good, because Swami is same ultimately. All deities are same, all divinity is same. So next day, I was more enthusiastic. So सबसे पहला मैं भाग के चिट निकालने के लिए I was in the queue next day. So मैंने जाके वो चिट निकाला वो बॉक्स में से, and that message was really for all of us. He said, you might have passed through hundreds of births. You may have hundreds of births further ahead. But being in divine presence, following in the footsteps of Bhagavan Baba, this is your best opportunity to end this cycle of birth and death in this lifetime. Brothers and sisters, this is the most beautiful message I could ever get from that chit. And this is applicable to all of you, brothers and sisters. Please remember, if you can conduct yourself in line with Swami's expectation, with love and sincerity, Swami will take care of you till your last breath. This is what we are really very fortunate to come under the divine fold. Sorry, I have taken a lot of time. And there were my apologies for the cut and the lapses that happened, interruption. So I again thank all of you for giving this my opportunity. I offer my prayers to Swami to bless all of you, each and every one of you, because we have now become old. The responsibility is on all you youngsters to take this forward. Because I remember 1984 at the end of the state conference here in Karnataka, Swami said, Sathya Sai Seva organizations is going to be one of the biggest organizations of all time in the world. And that is now happening. We are all seeing it. And you are the torch bearers. You are the persons. And if you take this forward, it is ultimately for your own Jivan Mukti. This is the best sadhana you can do. And with these few words, once again, I thank you all for your patient hearing. And I thank you. My prayers at the lotus feet of Swami. Sairam.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the divine experiences and learnings of your life, the grace and the blessings and the limitless learnings that Swami has bestowed upon you. I'm sure our participants are willing to and are waiting to ask you a lot of questions. With your permission, I shall now open the floor for the Q&A session. Participants can use the raise hand option and I will call out your name. Sairam, Sister Rushali from Gujarat, please unmute and ask your question.
Sairam sir,
Yes, Sairam.
I would like to ask, can you please elaborate this point? Only two things we should pray for. That 2 points, can you please elaborate more, sir?
Yeah, because when we offer prayer to God, what is it that I ask? We ask whatever material wealth, we ask for all the material benefits, everything we ask. But Swami said all that you will get it. You don't have to ask for it. You should not ask for it, crave for it. It will come automatically based upon our past karmas, past satkarmas, whatever we have done. What you have to ask is ultimately, you should lead a life without putting your hand in front of everybody. You know, with self-respect, you lead this human birth is very precious. You should lead it without putting your hand in front of everybody. You know, that is Vina Dainena Jivanam. Dainya means, what is in Hindi? I don't know. Kya bolte hain, Gopi sir? Dainya means? Dainya means without any, you should, life, you should lead a respectable life. Like you should not be should be demanding people, asking people, you have to put request to other, you give me this, give me that. You should not be in a position to do that. And another thing is, people, how you should pray for your death. Anayasena marana. See, how you should give peaceful death, you should ask for. Because, we see people die in a different manner. There could be violent deaths, suffering, Pray God for not to have that suffering. Ultimately, what is happen as per happen with our karma, but this is the prayer we are supposed to do. That's what Swami said.
Not depending on anybody.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll take one more question, Shraddha. It's already 9. Let's take one more question.
So we have a sister from Andhra Pradesh.
Sairam, sir.
Yeah.
Sairam, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I want to know only 2 points from Swami discussed about your how to behave in after marriage life. Swami told about 3 hours. Swami discussed with your
yes.
sir.
You just read Ramakatha Rasavahini. Swami has explained. He entire thing 3 hours he spoke how Rama and Sita conducted. I remember in one of the discourses in Sai Darshan, one of the Seva Kshetras in Karnataka, Swami said people have name like Rama, Ishwara, and he asked, any ladies they put their name as Shurpanaka? No. Correct, no? Only we put God's name, goddess's name we put. But we have to act according to that name. We have to conduct ourselves according to that name. Married couples should behave like Rama and Sita conduct themselves. And to share with you, I don't know whether it is appropriate, but Swami told me, if you follow Ekapatni Vrata after marrying, that is as good as Brahmacharya, he said. Many people may not agree, but he said that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sairam.
Actually, I am blessed that next month we are completing 50 years of our married life. 1974 Swami performed, and we are fortunate that we'll be completing 50 years of our married life with only by Swami's grace and blessings. So I only hope and pray to Swami that we have conducted ourselves in line with his teachings, what he told us in 1974.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sister. Because of the paucity of time, we'll be limiting to those many questions for this satsang. May I take this opportunity to thank our beloved Bhagawan for bringing his divine instrument to us for this satsang. Thank you, sir, for sharing your learnings with us. You shared with us the importance that Swami gave to the youth, how he was very particular that his youth knew the right from wrong, walked Swami's principles, and knew the significance of bearing his name. You showed us that Swami can take away our pain and make it feel like his soft touch. Jaise marham dard par. Swami was there at every stage for you, holding your hand, guiding you, and even carrying you on several occasions, painting the beautiful masterpiece of your life that you now share with us, the glimpses of which we are seeing on the screen now. You shared with us the myriad, seemingly unconnected miracles and the small instances that later you could piece together and see his will and his omnipresence and omnipotence in all of it. You gave us a glimpse of how it is to live with Swami, holding on to our steadfast faith while standing beside him, the fire that refines us all. Witnessing the transformation of hearts under his love reinforces our faith in him. You told us that if you have intense love for Lord, he will change all the rules for you and he will protect you even at the cost of his own name. You told us that before we ask for what are Swami's expectations from us, we need to ask what our expectations are from Swami, and we need to refine this. And our faith in Swami and belief that he is our ultimate goal and ultimate God will help in this refinement. That he will give us what we want so that the metamorphosis happens and we eventually want what he wants. The only spiritual sadhana that we need to do is to be part of and work for the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations. That working for him wholeheartedly, truthfully, and persistently itself will aid in this metamorphosis. Thank you, sir, for the depth of knowledge that you shared with us today. That stems from the experience that you have had living with God himself. You have left each of us with a lot to reminisce upon and dwell upon and inculcate in our lives. Thank you, sir. I would also like to sincerely thank the academic board and the conveners of the SSS NLP for self-transformation, for their constant support and guidance. I would also like to thank the members of the organizing team who have come together to make this session possible. With this, I would take the opportunity to bring the session to a close with the Shanti Mantra.
Samastha Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastha Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastha Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jai bolo Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba Ji ki.